car that I bought when I was broke. I then quit my job, started selling on eBay, and now I've bought this. So if you want to know how I did it, and more importantly, how you can do it too, click the link down below and I'll show you how. Guys, in this video, we're going to put a brand new Dodge Hellcat body onto my RC Burnout car. So if you don't know what this is all about, I'm going to put a link up here to a playlist where you can see all the build videos and a whole load of other Burnout videos that we did with this. We got a little bit carried away in the last video and it got a little bit melted. So it's time to put on a new body shell. Now this one here is some sort of a China special body shell and it's not the right width. If you have a look at it, look. The tyres stick out too far, the body's way too narrow, and it's just a little bit too small for the car. And I really want to run these alloy wheels here on the front, but they just stick out too far. So now I've got a genuine Dodge body made by Car Show that is actually supposed to be a better size for this. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to unbox it, but before we do that, I want to show you what's inside this car here. So this is a custom built monstrosity. So it started life as a Maverick Strada, or it might have been like HSP, Flying Fish, or whatever they call them. They're all on the same platform. So it's got a metal chassis off of one of them. It's pretty much based on that car. But then I've put in a 1/8 scale power system. I've put on some different gearing. This is actually a pinion gear, but I've used it as a spur gear. I've put a line lock here for my Hobeo Hyper 7. I'm going to put a video up here to the build series. This was a 3-part build series. It's too much to talk about in this video. This video, we're just going to be putting on this body shell. And obviously, I've got to paint it in my legendary red colour. And I'm going to back it with the white. So let's crack it open and have a little look what's going on. So in the packet, we obviously get the body, and it comes with a separate rear end piece here that has to be bolted on, I'm guessing. It comes with these plastic parts here, so we're going to get a much more realistic looking grille and wing and stuff like that. On this one here, it's all kind of stuck on. So we've got some instructions that tell us where everything goes. We've got a sticker sheet, we've got window masks, and that's pretty much it. In case anybody wants to know the part number, there you go. And if we compare the old body to the new body, look how much wider that new body is. Oh yes, that fits over there perfectly, guys. Check that out. So I'm going to look after this body a little bit more. I'm not going to abuse it. I want it sitting on the shelf and looking good. And when this thing's going to rip a burnout, oh my God, guys, it's going to look epic. Just look how much bigger that new body looks, guys. That's going to look epic. So I might try something a little bit different on this one. If you have a look here, if you look at the standard body posts, they're miles off. And I know it's got to come down a bit. I've still got to cut a little bit off, but they're actually a mile off. Look at that. So what I might do on this one, I may well fit these magnetic body posts. So then you can sort of kind of position the body sort of where you want it. And you can fit it onto different cars. And you haven't got these holes poking through to sort of ruin the scale look of it. So I think I'm going to give that a go. If it doesn't work out, then I can always go back and put holes in there anyway later on. But for now, I think I'm going to give this magnetic route a go. So for once, I'm actually going to follow the instructions. I don't really want to mess this thing up. So first of all, we have to cut out these shaded areas, and that's pretty obvious because it's got these cut lines pretty much everywhere. I'm hoping that this rear piece here isn't going to look funny because it's like an added on part, but we will see what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so I've done a rough cut first to get most of it off, and now I'm going to go around with a little bit more care and just cut along these lines. Alright, so I've got this piece done, and it's always worth, if you want the body shell to last, it's just to sand all the edges and make sure there's no little splits, no little cracks, because every little split is going to lead to a possible future crack, and it's going to split the whole body. So you want the edges to be as nice and smooth as you can possibly make them and not have any jaggedy bits. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing to this, and then I'm going to stick you back on. Alright, so all cut out, all deburred, and this back piece here is actually going to look a lot better than what I thought, because it actually fits on the inside here, so it actually joins where the shut lines would be on the real car, and it actually joins along here where the original bumper would also be. So next, it says to put all the holes in, but I think I'm going to leave this till after. I'm going to paint it first. So next it's time to mask it up. It says to wash the body shell. I usually just give it a quick wipe with brake cleaner. It's a lot quicker, a lot less mess, and I've never had any troubles doing it that way. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to mask it off, and I want to put some black around the bottom like I did on this one, because if we look at a real Hellcat, we can see it's got black around here, black around there, and there's also, I haven't got a picture, but there's black around the back bumper as well. All right, so now that I've masked up the windows, the next job is to key up all the surfaces. I've got this Scotch-Brite pad here, and I'm just going to put some really faint scratches in there and give the paint something to scratch to. You just want to make sure that you don't get this over the window areas, so that's why I masked the windows first. Actually, I've just noticed a massive result. So I was originally going to mask it all off and then paint all these bits in black. But now I've noticed it actually comes with stickers on the sticker sheet. So you actually stick the black parts on. So that's going to save me a load of time. And also, it's got like this matte finish on there, which is going to look really cool because it's going to look more like the real thing. So the paint that I'm going to be using is this Core RC Fire Red. This is the same colour that I use on most of my RC cars. So we're going to give it another quick wipe down to make sure that all the grease is off, give the paint a good shake, and then we're going to start layering it on. So I'm just going to start off with by giving it a really thin dusting coat, just to give the paint something to key to. Then we're going to let that dry, then we're going to give it a few more coats. I'm probably going to put the whole can on there. Then once that's dried, we're going to back it with the white paint, and that's going to make the red pop a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to give that 5 minutes, then we're going to give it another blast. Oh guys, it started raining. Hopefully it's dried before any rain stuck to it. Look at it, it's tipping it down. Alright, so I think we got away with it. It dried before the rain droplets got on there. So I'm just going to give it a quick dry. Alright, sun's back out. Let's give it round 2. So I'm going to give it a few more coats like that, and then I'm going to put you back on. Alright, so I brought it inside now to dry. Once that's dried off, then we're going to give it a coat of the white, and that's just going to make the red pop even more. Alright, so I've left it chilling for half an hour. It feels dry. It's definitely touch dry. But I'm going to leave it a little bit longer before I really start screwing stuff onto it. But for now, I'm going to pull off all the stickers. I can put the stickers on the outside. I'll tell you one mistake I made. Many years ago, one of my first body shells that I painted when I was still a kid, I didn't know that it had an outer film. I put all the stickers on the film, and then I noticed afterwards it had this on there, and all my stickers came off. Oh guys, check out the shine and the colour. That just looks absolutely epic. So next I'm going to put these stickers on, and luckily all the stickers are numbered, so it shows you exactly where each sticker goes. I'll tell you one nice feature is that all these stickers are pre-cut. That's one thing that I don't like about the Proline stickers, is that you have to cut them all out yourself with scissors. So this makes the whole job a lot nicer and a lot easier. So I was actually going to tint the windows with some tinting spray, but with these stickers on there, it kind of does it already for you, and it also puts a nice window border around there. Guys, this is going to look epic when it's done, I think. So I'm going to put the rest of these stickers on there now, and then I'll put you back on when they're all on there. Alright, all the stickers are on. Not a perfect job, but it's not too bad. One issue is on the rear bumper, I didn't realise it didn't come with any black stickers here. So I really should have really painted it on. But luckily, I've got some masking tape here, or insulation tape rather, and that's got like a nice matte finish, so it looks pretty similar to the rest of it. Look, not perfect, but it'll do me. So next, I've got to make some holes in the body shell. I'm going to use this body reamer here, just to mount all these other bits here, like the grille, and a few other bits and bobs like that. Alright, so I'm going to do the same to all these other fittings here, and then we're going to put you back on when everything is bolted on. So next we have to mount this rear end. Now you're probably wondering, why isn't it moulded in one? In vacuum forming, it kind of has to come out the mould. So if you've got any intricate parts like this, but it sort of goes in on itself, and you've got something the same the other end where it goes in on itself, you'll never get it out the mould. So that is why they've had to make it in 2 pieces, but they've cleverly done it so that all the lines kind of end up where the lines are on the original car. Alright, body is finished. I did this little bit here off camera because it was a little bit fiddly, and trying to get all these little screws in there and getting everything to line up and having the camera in the way was a little bit tricky. So I did this off camera. Also I put these wing mirrors on, and that is literally just a hole and the body clip on the back there. So I reckon that looks pretty epic. The only thing that I don't like about it so far is that there's a sort of a screw here to sort of hold that back section of the body on. I mean, I could have maybe shoe glued that on and not done the hole, but yeah, that's all right. That's not bad. I think it looks epic. So next, we need to fit it onto the car. Oh, guys, she's gonna look good. But what I'm gonna do quickly now is just put these proper alloys on there. Oh, guys, she is looking sick. Especially with these genuine alloys on the front here. The only thing is that the wheelbase of the body is a tiny bit longer than the wheelbase of the car. So, I don't know what to do about that yet. Maybe I'm going to have to try and just lengthen the wheelbase of the car a little bit. I don't really want to cut the body out because that's going to look a little bit silly. I had so many people saying this wasn't the proper Hellcat body, but now I have got an authorised Dodge Hellcat body. And it even says it on the instructions, look, for some of you people that are going to get nitpicky. Alright, let's open up these little body mount things and see how we're going to mount them. Alright, so I've just been messing about with a body post for the past half an hour. I've got the body shell kind of sitting on where it's going to go. And having a quick measure up, we can see that rear wheel is quite a lot out. So I could do with lengthening the wheelbase of this car by around about 9mm, and then that's going to fit perfectly. So if we have a quick look underneath, this is how I put the body post on. I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to do it. It comes with a whole load of stuff. I'm not really sure how it was designed to work, but like this, it kind of seems to work. But first of all, I want to extend the wheelbase. So if we have a look here, we can see that there's a bit of shaft sticking out here, and that means that we can actually shift this whole gearbox back. Oh, guys, that looks perfect now in that position. Look at that. Front one centre. Rear one looks almost perfectly centred. So you can see here how far further back I've moved the whole rear gearbox. And luckily that shaft is just still catching in that bearing in there. Because if it doesn't catch in that bearing, the whole lot kind of flaps about. Because I tried that before. So this shaft has to be in that bearing there. So I'm going to have to move this pinion / spur gear back a bit. So I'm probably going to need to grind a little flat spot in there somewhere just to keep all that in there. And I'm going to have to put some washers in there as well, because if I run it like this, that bearing there is going to pop out. So I'm going to have to put something in there to hold that bearing in. But I'm going to do that off camera. It's not going to be that interesting to watch me take all that apart. And we're almost done, guys. Almost done. So I'm going to do a bit of wrenching, get it all finally adjusted, and then I'm going to put you back on in a minute. So all mounted back up again, got the pinion back on, put a little collet on there, just to stop that bearing from sliding out. If we have a look underneath, I actually moved it from this hole here onto this hole. So now there's nothing really supporting this half of the gearbox. So I think what we're going to have to do is measure whatever this distance is, and then make a new hole over here somewhere, and then drill a new hole, countersink it, put a screw in there, and then it should all be good to go. Oh, guys, check that out. I don't know why, but everything on this build just kind of fitted together perfectly. Everything worked first go, and I just can't believe every time normally when I do a project, everything's kind of against me. But on this one here, everything just worked. And if you have a look over here, I've got a front-wheel drive burnout car too. Similar kind of design, but I've put the motor up the front here, look, and it's got like a handbrake at the back here. So this is going to come out again soon as well. I still need to find a proper front-wheel drive body to put onto this one. But this one here, guys, is really coming together now. So all I've got to do now is glue the magnet onto here, give it some final adjustment, and then we should be good. Guys, it is finally finished. Check it out. stuck the magnets on the inside of the body with some duct tape, and this is how I set up the body mounts. So one last thing that I want to do, I want to put in some inner arches or some inner fenders, because when this thing's burning out, it sprays rubber everywhere. It coats the whole entire chassis. Look, you can still see in there, look, I've already cleaned it, but there's still a lot in there. It cakes the whole inside of the body. Have a look in here, look, guys. Yeah, this one's a bit singed. So I want to make something I'm going to put in there. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll show you when the finished product is at some point. But for now, guys, that is done. And to put the body on, super easy. Just drop it on and we're on. The only downside is if you want to pick the car up, you've got to kind of pick it up properly. If you just try and pick it up by the body, it's going to fall off. But for the purpose what I want it for, to be able to just do some burnouts and to be able to get the body off easily, I think that is absolutely perfect. So there's going to be a whole load of burnout videos coming up soon. And I want to get some different bodies for this as well. I don't want to be just stuck to this body here. I want to get some different stuff too. So guys, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, smash the bell button to stay notified. And also, I have got in mind to build a nitro burnout car. Put the engine up front, have it poking out the bonnet here like a supercharger. I was on about it a little while ago. I haven't started yet. I've got loads of other projects going on, business stuff as well. But it's in the pipeline. I'm looking for a 3-speed transmission. I want to put a great big sort of 28 to 20... I don't know, whatever size, biggest engine I can fit in the front. So that hopefully should rip some pretty good burnout. So guys, thumbs up, subscribe, bell button. See you soon. Bye.